Have you begun to think about your own mortality? Are birthdays more of a reminder, not of how many years we've been on this planet, but maybe how many years we have left? So I just celebrated another birthday a few weeks ago, and for the first time ever, it wasn't a celebration of a number. I wasn't celebrating how many years I've been on this planet. I began thinking about how much time do I have left? Are you there yet? Are you thinking about I'm at the apex, I'm coming down. Have you thought about that yet? It was a surprise that that's where my mind went. It didn't go towards, another year. It was more like, how many years do I have left? Well, let me tell you something. I have a secret. Before I fell in love with football, before I fell in love with a woman, uh, before I fell in love with boxing, any loves I ever had, my first love was math. My dad was a math teacher. I was learning math at a young age, and two terms stood out to me when I was really young: um, infinite and finite. And I learned early on that I am not here for infinity years. I'm here for a finite number of years. And I approached life with that mindset that I was only going to be 15 once. I was only going to be 18 once. It was not a forever kind of deal, kind of thing. And so I've kind of always approached life in that mindset of don't wait till tomorrow, something you can do today. And so when I started thinking about infinite and finite, I knew that maybe I was going to have 80 to 90 Christmases under my belt. 80 to 90 summers. Let's just say 85. I've always known I have 85 Christmases, 85 Thanksgivings, 85 July 4th, 85 summers. And when you start thinking of it that way, you kind of approach it a little bit differently. 85 Halloweens. I love Halloween. I love the New Year. And so when you understand I only have X amount of Christmases to celebrate, you kind of approach them differently. And anybody that knows me knows that I do go all out when it comes to things like Halloween and Christmas and things like that. Um, Not too long ago, I used to own a cabin up in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's a beautiful cabin. It was a log cabin. It had a wood burning fireplace. It was amazing. And I knew that my friends back home would appreciate such a facility, right? I was like, hey, I've got this beautiful cabin. You guys got to come out here in the winter. It's a lot of fun. I invited, I always had a core group of friends from high school that I still hung out with. It was a mixed group between men and women. And I invited them all to come to my cabin. And I had the cabin, I don't know how many years, 4 or 5 years. I don't know how many years I had the cabin. And I kept reminding them and reminding them. And then one day we wanted something different and we sold it. Time to move on. We bought a camper van instead. And my buddies from back home were like, hey, we never got a chance to come to your cabin. I'm like, you had 5 years. What were you waiting for? This mindset where like, oh, it's infinite. We can always go there. Or I'll go tomorrow or next year or 2 years or 5 or 10 years. No. No, my mind was always like, have a cabin now. You want to come visit the cabin, come to the cabin now. It's not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be young forever, or we're not going to be young forever. And so that was kind of the first time I ever started thinking about like, oh, some people actually live life like they have an infinite amount of time. Oh, we'll go tomorrow. We'll do this tomorrow. Later, later, later. Where I'm like, today, 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 today. I'm kind of like that. And so approaching life the way I have is interesting because I feel like I'm living a life of chapters. Knowing very well I have, I don't know, in 85 years, I only have X amount of chapters. Uh, there was a moment that I did this, a moment that I did that, a moment that I did these things. It's interesting because I spent 12 years, 13 years as a football referee. And then it was over. I wanted something new. And I'm always seeking something new. Always. And like I said earlier, maybe I didn't say it, but I got a call back about going back into being a ref. And my instinct was like, no, that's been done. I'm doing other things now. There's other things I want to do. So many other things I want to do. That's a chapter that's been done. And so when you think like I think, when you break it down, I only have 52 Friday nights a year. I only have 52 Saturdays a year. I only have 52 Sunday mornings a year. When you think of it that way, you're not going to sleep through those mornings. You're not going to waste a Friday night by scrolling on the TV or doing things like that. So um, I approach life in a sense where, like, hey, I only get one Monday a week. Let's make the best Monday of it. I only get one Friday night a week. Let's make the most of it. But it's interesting because the way I want my life to conclude, right? Because I'm at that point where, like, how many years do I have left? Is it decades? Is it years? What is it? What's it going to look like? What's going to happen to my body? All these things I start to think about. What's my legacy? All these things that they're question marks, right? But I'll say one thing is that, and I'm going to give the example of Christmas. I love Christmas. And I try to watch as many Christmas movies as possible. Now, I don't sit there and completely watch them, but I'll have them playing while I'm working or reading or something. There's always, like, the potential of a Christmas movie. You don't really have to be focused on Christmas movies. Christmas movies, I just really enjoy them. But as soon as Thanksgiving is over, Christmas goes up. And I'm like, all in with Christmas, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna open up a lot of gifts. I'm gonna buy a lot of gifts. I'm gonna wrap a gift a day. I'm gonna open, it's just amazing. And I milk the latter part of November and the weeks leading up to Christmas. But once Christmas is over, like, I'm done. Like, I can't do it. I'm done. Bring everything down the next day. The tree, everything comes down the next day, and I move on. And I'm like, I'm done with Christmas till next year, right? But I'm done. Like, I've milked it all. There's nothing left that I want to do with Christmas. I don't want to watch another Christmas movie. I don't want to go, play in the snow anymore. I'm done. That's what I want my life to be like at the end. I did everything I wanted to do, and at the end, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm done. Like, let me go wherever I'm going to go next. Let me go to heaven. I'm good. I've done it all. I've done everything I've wanted to do. Well, I got a few things left. I have not done snowmobiles. I want to be in a snowmobile. I haven't done that yet. But everything else, like, and I'm still, like, scratching things off the list, right? But when it's all said and done at the end, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let me go. I'm wondering, do you have thoughts like I do? Do you think about the end? Do you think about how much time you have left? Do me a favor. Can you comment and let me know what kind of thoughts you have regarding the end? Is it weird to talk about it? When I brought this topic, because my daughter works with me, and we create ideas to talk about. And when I came up with this idea, she was like, "No, Dad, you're not going to talk about that, because it's not comfortable for a child to think that her dad's going to be gone." But she's going to realize that that we are milking our time together, and when it's time for me to go, she's going to let me go. She can't handle that right now. I get it. I was the same way when I was that age. I couldn't imagine my parents still being, not being around. It's hard. But if you start thinking about it, talking about it like we're doing right now, we can be better prepared when it's the end. And so I kind of want to know, like, is there something that I'm missing? What are you thinking about? Tell me what I should be thinking about. Besides the, leaving the, insurance and all that kind of stuff for everybody, properties, assets, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about, like, where do you stand right here? When it's time to go, are you ready to go? And if so, how'd you get there? How'd you get there mentally? Hey, thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Hit subscribe, hit like. I kind of want to have a discussion about this. If you can comment about, like, where do you stand with all this, please do so. Thank you for listening. You guys have a good one. Take care.